so voters have a chance to get
I want to
know
give you one lighter thing. You know how you fix Congress? One of the things I'm going to do in the first 100 days is I'm going to get the phone numbers of all the moms and dads who have kids in Congress. I'm going to know when their birthdays are, and I'm going to call mom on her birthday, and she's going to call her kid who's in the Congress and say, I like the president. He called me on my birthday. Don't mess with him, okay?
Well, I mentioned earlier you were an altar boy. I read that you at one point thought about becoming a priest. What made you decide to go into politics?
Oh, well, I went into politics because well, my mother was, I'd like to say, a talk show pioneer. The person on the radio would say something, and then she would yell at the radio. And so I learned about opinions, and I really wanted at one point to be a lawyer, and I'd go into the courthouse as a young guy, and I would listen to them debate. That's what I thought I was going to do. But when I went to Ohio State, I don't know if you know this story. I'll tell you very quickly. It was 48,000 students, and something upset me, so I decided I needed to go and see the president of the university. My Uncle Emil told me, always start at the top. I couldn't get in, then I finally did, and I went in to see the president, and I lodged my complaint, and I looked at him. I said, sir, I've been in school about a month, and I'm undecided. Looking at the furniture, the lighting, the carpeting, beautiful. Maybe this is the job for me. What exactly do you do? And he tells me his academic and fundraising responsibility, and he says, tomorrow I'm going to fly down to Washington and have a meeting with President Nixon. And I said, well, sir, I have a number of things I would like to tell him also. Could I go with you? And he said, no. And I said, well, if I write a letter, would you give it to the president? Which he did. And then I went down to my mailbox a couple of weeks later, and there's a letter from the White House, and I open it up. I go upstairs. I call my mom. I said, Mom, I'm going to need an airline ticket. The President of the United States would like to have a meeting with me in the Oval Office. And my mother is shouting, honey, pick up the phone. There's something wrong with Johnny. So I fly down. I get through the security. I'm sitting right out the Oval Office, and a guy walks up to me, and he says, young man, you're going to get 5 minutes alone with the President of the United States. What do you think? Pretty cool? Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. New jacket, new shirt, new tie, new pants. I didn't come here for 5 lousy minutes. So, so they opened up the door. I went in. The good news is I spent 20 minutes alone as an 18-year-old first-quarter freshman with the President of the United States. The bad news is I spent 18 years in Congress, and if you add up all the time I spent in the Oval Office, I peaked out at the age of 18.
Well, you know, funny, we actually have it, sure. We actually have a picture to show our viewers of you meeting Nixon. I had a question about it, which we're not going to ask since you told the story, but I just want to quickly show our viewers at home. It's only the folks at home can see it. But
thank God they don't have it because you've seen the haircut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a couple quick other questions. We asked a lot of the candidates this. What kind of music do you listen to?
Well, you know, I was just talking backstage. You know, we have this Fall Out Boy is one of them. You know, I like Linkin Park and 21 Pilots. You know, Stressed Out. We play that on our bus, but we're not stressed out. And you know, they actually went to my kids' school, and I'm a pretty much alternative and modern. My favorite concert was The Wall. You know, I'm the one that said I'm going to get Pink Floyd back together again.
I've seen that twice.
Yeah, with Roger Waters and David Gilmour. Now somebody said, you know, well, there's others that are dead. I said, hey, it's Gilmour and Waters. Yeah. I mean, come on. And if you have ever seen The Wall,
it's the best concert ever.
Best concert ever. Roger Waters and The Wall. If it comes back, go see it. It's worth it.
Well, just one final question, and it's a serious question as well. I lost my dad when I was young. Your parents were killed by a drunk driver in a car accident. How did that change the person you became?
Oh, it changed my whole life. And the only thing I would say about this is, for those that are watching, Anderson, it was when I was a little boy, I was afraid my mom and dad wouldn't come home one night because my dad would pick my mother up late at night on a very bad road. And then at the age of 35, I got a phone call that they wouldn't be able to get home. And you know where they were? They were at the Burger King because they got the second cup of coffee for free. That's the way the mailman and Mrs. Kasich lived. And I went into a black hole with just a little pinprick of light. Anderson and others who are here tonight have had that experience. But I had people come to me. I don't care, you know, you don't have to agree with me or like it or whatever, but it's really where I found the Lord. And I've spent 29 years of my life working on that, and I'm here to tell people that, and look, life is, it's so rocky, it's so fragile. We have to build our homes, our lives, our homes on solid granite, not on sand. And I have found that even though the pain still comes, there's where I have to go. And as a result of my parents' accident, it's allowed me to hug that boy, and I whispered some things to him, or to go places with military families that lose a loved one. I meet with them. I'm not that great a guy, okay? I'm just doing the best I can. And sometimes I fail. But I believe there's a life yet to come, and I just happen to believe that, that I'm going to look up here and I'm going to do my best to be the best person I can do. And the campaign's actually got me to slow down a little bit, which has been great. And I got a great family, great daughters, Emma and Reese, and look, it's just all been a miracle to me. And I would really appreciate your consideration on Saturday, and give me a chance to get to the rest of the country, okay? I need your help. Thank you, Anderson.
Governor,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Governor Kasich, when we come back, former Florida Governor